Ladies and gentlemen, Sumit Johar, our CIO at Automation Anywhere.
Well, glad to be here, like I said, and let me just quickly introduce myself.
Sure.
I'm CIO, and I'm responsible for all the internal operations, trying to make our employees more productive, doing a better job than our competitors, and just excelling their job, right? That's all my team does.
And I think you guys are doing a pretty good job of it. It's been really fun working with your team to help tell the story as we've done, like the CoE stories and automation at Automation Anywhere.
Yes.
For those of you that don't know, we have, you've heard this, drinking your own champagne. Well, we have an internal CoE. We have an internal automation program so that we can leverage our technology to make our company better, right? And we have some pretty cool wins, some pretty cool stories, right? And it continues to grow, yeah?
Yeah, well, first of all, we drink our champagne not only because we have to, but because we really like it.
Yeah.
Second, we want to make sure that, we believe in our story, right? It's not just preaching our customers about how they should use our technology. I want my team to be the test bed for that. So I always I have a cool relationship with my product team where I, allow them to make me and use my team as a guinea pig, and I get to use all the latest modern technology they're basically building for free. So
yeah. That's always a good thing.
Great trade-off.
Yeah.
Your internal CoE, I think, has done a great job of helping to set some of the standards for what organizations should be looking to do as they establish an automation program and grow it. Recently, I got an email from you and the team about some of the wins that you've had recently. Can you talk about how you've done internal evangelism for the efforts that have gone on?
Yeah, it's interesting. Technically, we had a center of excellence team for a while now, but our focus has largely been on scaling automation. So we've been building all these bots, we've been delivering, but we didn't do a good job of making people aware of that. So much good stuff happening there. So this is finally an opportunity for us to evangelize it. We publish a newsletter where we are telling people this is how we are using our technology internally. It's all about power of possibilities, right?
Yeah.
What we have noticed is, you share a story with somebody. Next day, you hear about another story. Somebody else did something that they learned about what we were able to achieve.
Sumit, it's so funny. I can't tell you. I didn't expect it. It seems, I guess, after the fact, it seems, logical. One of the things I keep hearing is the power and importance of communication,
right,
for the success of the automation program. I feel like most lay people like myself that aren't sort of technology, centric maybe,
right,
are just like, I just log in and whatever, and it's just success or it's not. But understanding, there's the human element. We talk about this a lot with automation in particular, but it really does come down to the people.
Right.
And I think that idea of, again, drinking your own champagne. We just did the CoE series with Mark, who's on your team, and Micah.
Right. And
they talked about best practices for scaling and having those comm lines open, sending newsletters and creating notifications, all these things. We heard that from TIAA as well, right?
Yep.
So in fact, we are doing the simple things that, maybe you'd take for granted, which is sending a note out saying, hey guys, we're doing this. We got a cool bot. We did this, right?
Yeah. Well, I called that out because they're doing excellent, right? That is a great thing to do. And a lot of automation programs will deliver great solutions, great automations, but they don't do a great job of communicating the benefits, either because they're not tracking the right metrics or they're just not communicating them effectively.
See, this is the mindset I'm trying to change for my team. It's not just about building automation. It's not about doing it all by ourselves. First of all, technology is getting democratized. I mean, we talk about this all the time, right? But democratizing just doesn't mean that I'm building it, you can build it, or somebody else can build it. It's also about being a catalyst for success and sharing your success with others so others can replicate that for themselves, right?
Yeah.
So it's not just getting credit for what you built. It's also multiplying the success that you have created.
So we have a quick question, and then I'll let you out of here because I know you've got meetings to get to. Mariana asked, what lessons have you learned from scaling automation? Did you face any challenges such as people's capacity to take extra work, for example? So I think probably just more generally give me some of the parts where you skinned your elbows a little bit as you were scaling.
Well,
this is the real talk from the street, peeps. This is not polished. This is live.
You're right, and I can't even make up any stories now, so I have to be honest. See, as a CIO, I always felt capacity is always a problem. And one thing that has happened in the last few years is digital transformation. This is not a debate anymore. That debate has settled. People are now talking about where are we on that journey. The question is not should we get on that journey, right? That means the pace and velocity at which the work is coming towards my team, that's a lot more than what was happening before. And I'm very clear that CIOs, IT leaders, they can't do it all by themselves. They're already stuck with so much operational work, right? Which means they have to find creative ways. That's why I'm such a big supporter of citizen development model. Build those partnerships and embrace this model in a way that works for you without compromising on security, without compromising on best practices. You have to have some sort of governance, but do it in a way where you can scale it outside your team.
Yeah, sure. And I think with the Automation Pathfinder program, right?
Automation Pathfinder program is a great way to learn more about doing that. Like we mentioned, it was myself and Mark kind of putting that together. The other thing I would say about what's been done internally is they've done a great job with expanding automation capabilities to even our own IT teams, right?
Yes.
So like our help desk people, I've talked to them, they run like 5 or 6 automations a day over and over again.
It's not just a help desk team. I would say it'll be a shame if we were not using our technology for my team, by the way.
Yeah.
So,
well, no, I mean, it's cool to see that it's been able to expand to that. I know HR is using it pretty heavily, like we just saw on that.
Yes, and I'll tell you the use cases that are my favorites, right? Of course, we have automated onboarding, offboarding, access permissions, all of that. We have RE digital workers available through our ITSM system, so they don't need to leave the application. They got tons of automation available for them. But what I like the most is that now we are moving to use cases which people did not even thought could be automated. Automating the data collection for audits, do audits faster. Automating, monitoring the security alerts. Like today, the first level support for all security alerts is done by bots in my team. There's no human involved. Humans only get involved when they need to
I get those alerts.
You do?
Yeah.
So those are the bots, basically. You're talking to bots.
Yeah.
So there's so much that's happening outside just the traditional.
All of those things start to add up, right? And free that capacity that we talk about so the team can do those things.
Team can work on bigger ideas that they always had. They just did not have time and capacity to work on.
And I can tell you just again, as a business, outside of the function, when I work with the IT team and I see sort of the efficiency, like it's, if we talk about the user experience, the customer experience, and as a customer of IT, right, I couldn't be more pleased. So thank you for all of that. Shout out to the IT team. Love you guys. Sumit, thanks so much.
Thank you. And
Thanks
I'll
for
pass the
making
feedback
time.
to my team.
Always fun.
Yeah.
And we'll talk soon, okay?
Awesome.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you guys.